One of the most frequent questions that I get from people is how to legally get prescription drugs for an off-the-grid situation, for traveling, or just to be overprepared, like I highly believe in, because it has served me very well in life. So what a lot of people don't know about me is I am one of those people that has an annoyingly weak immune system. I was basically the bubble boy growing up. I was allergic to wheat and milk and all kinds of allergies. Luckily, I outgrew most of them, but I'm still allergies to grass and pollen and all that kind of jazz, and I have a weak immune system. So I take this very seriously on making sure that I have plenty of prescription drugs in case I'm traveling overseas, even though I try to avoid the dumpy places of the world these days, or again, for my bug out bag and all that. So how do you legally get prescription drugs? It's a lot easier than most people think. I'm going to tell you what I do, how I use, and right here we're going to unbox it so you can see it. So there's a company out there called Duration Health, and the beauty of it is to get your prescription drugs, you can do everything online. I mean, you don't have to go anywhere in person. You can pick and choose the drugs you want. And when they send them to you, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to open this up, but what I really like is they send you all the prescriptions. So I can look through, and since this has my personal information on it, let me see, I'll show you the back of it, because I don't think the back of it has my personal information. No, it does not. So I can see, okay, hey, I've got some Cipro, or I've got some prednisone, or I've got a Z-Pack and all that. So as you can see, because I want to make sure I have plenty of stuff for myself and my family, I've got a wife, I've got 7 kids, so we really need a lot of supplies. You can see many of the prescriptions I have, which is a healthy amount. So I'm going to put these down. We're going to unbox this. I'm going to show you what I use, what I do. It comes in this pretty little packet here. There's a guide, which I have not opened up yet because I haven't needed it for any crisis, crazy scenario. I will tell you funnily, or maybe not funnily, the last time I used one of my drugs, meaning not actually going to a doctor, I had a brutal sinus infection and I was too lazy. So I took some Augmentin and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I buy more than replenish. So if you use this stuff, always make sure and replenish, because of course, if you're living off grid and have an emergency, you don't want to go open this up and have your Augmentin or your prednisone or your Cipro or whatever missing. So I will open this up. There is a lot of medicine in here just because I choose to make sure I've got plenty of stuff for my family. And here is some of the Z-Pack stuff, the Cipro. Half of these I can't pronounce, so I'm not going to amoxicillin. I can't pronounce amoxicillin. But the other ones, I'm not going to attempt to brutalize it. And then, of course, underneath here, I've got some other things like an EpiPen, anti-diarrhea stuff, all that kind of stuff that unless you've been overseas in some crappy place or unless you've been brutally sick, you don't really appreciate how important it is to have it. This is an inhaler. You get to pick and choose how you want to put together your kit. So that is the beauty of it. It's all custom, so I can just go on their website and say, you know what, I want this, because I do have asthma issues. I do have some of my kids that have asthma issues, which is why I want an inhaler. Other people may not need an inhaler. Same thing with an EpiPen. Important to me, but you may say, hey, guess what? None of my family needs to worry about this. We don't need an EpiPen. And I have even just a few more things that I popped in to this little case here. And again, I'm not even going to try to, I've got the prescriptions, so I actually know what they are, but I'm not going to attempt to say that. What I will say is if you do not have some medication like this, I think it's absolutely crazy. There's that old proverb that says something along the line of the guy with good health has 1,000 dreams. The guy with bad health has what, 1 dreams. There's going to come a day, hopefully far off, hopefully not anytime soon, where the grid goes down, where we have the blackout, where the dollar collapses. I don't have to tell you how our government keeps printing money, and you will be extremely grateful that you have an emergency medicine supply. So I highly recommend it. Now you see the guys that I use. If you want to check this out, which again I highly recommend because it's medication, and as much as I love guns and knives, which I absolutely do, you should have a ton of guns, you should have a ton of knives, you should have a ton of survival food, water, flashlights. Well, you should also have some extra medication. So check out Duration Health, click on the link below. I know I was able to hook you up with a discount, so you get a discount because I said, hey, if I'm going to tell my guys about you, you better hook them in and take care of you. So please take care of yourself. Take care of your health, get some emergency medication for off the grid, for traveling like I do, and for your bug out bags, and click on the link below right now.